Okay, so how did we find these coordinates, the locations of these points? Okay, we don't really need to follow the grid lines or anything like that, so I'll try to leave that more open for you guys to be able to draw in. But really the key is we really need to figure out where are these quadrant boundaries. Okay, so again, you can do lots of different ways, but I'm gonna use an average to find the middle. So I'm gonna go -1/3 plus +5/3 is +4/3 and divide by 2. That gives me a position of 2 pi over 3. And I'm going to do the same for between 2 pi over 3 and 5 pi over 3. I'm going to find the average. 2 plus 5 is 7. Divide by 2, I'm going to end up with 7 pi over 6. Here, -1 plus 2 is 1. Divide by 2 is going to be 1 pi over 6. Okay, so those are my quadrant boundaries. Okay, once I have the quadrant boundaries, then I have my everything framed in my quadrants. I've got my middle. I'm going to graph my cosine function. My cosine starts at 1. Okay, it's going to go through the first quadrant to 0. Going to go to the second quadrant down to -1. Back to the middle. Okay, and up to the top. So there it is. And I have all the x-coordinates of my vertices and my middle points. And that's really what I need. So my vertex here, and what I'll start getting you guys to do is label those vertices. 2 pi over 3, 5 pi over 3, and this is -1. That coordinate's at +1. Okay, so I'm going to get you guys to start labeling those. But there it is. Again, the key is we need to make sure we keep track of these 4 elements. We're going to use those to get the start, n, by adding the period. Find the middle, okay, based on the vertical shift. Chop up that period into 4 quadrants, right? Middle, middle, middle. Okay, and that's an easy way to do it. And then once we've done that, we can use the amplitude to sketch in our graph.